see that? There it is. Holy shit. Hi Ren, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope Ren is going. How have you been? Hi. And yeah, here we are. We are going to continue working on our rewriting of High School DxD. Now, first and foremost, yeah, let me just patching. We are about to get to work on our There's a lot of miscellaneous stuff to do. You know, also today I've also were like totally like split between several things. In the end, I've ended up registering as unemployed in our government offices for unemployed. Yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, now that is exactly the whole thing. Yep. So, yeah. What's the plan for today? Probably just some writing. I need to sit down to it, operate a little bit on a couple things. I'm just going to do that for now. Like I know what we have to do. I know, the characters we have to draw. But in the end, I want to still end up drawing the turnarounds instead of like sketches like this, because turnarounds are going to be much better for just knowing how character looks like from every direction. But the thing I was thinking about was actually to go to the comic book and write some stuff. Some miscellaneous things, nothing too serious, nothing too much. Not a scenario. I'm just going to make a new folder. From miscellaneous. Thank God I've got the Microsoft Office bot. I've got those permanent licenses. Yes, you can still do that. But I don't have the newest one. I think I have the yeah. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, then there it is. Okay. I could in theory register the things, but I could in theory show you what I'm writing. I don't think it's going to be as big. Here's the thing, I'm not going to write the whole stream. We're going to also push to a how's it called now? I'm going to actually push towards I'm going to push towards starting to make the turnaround base. I'm just going to look at it, plan things out, custom things with the skeleton, and just work like that. So yeah, what I want to write is actually I need to rewrite a couple things, probably make an Excel sheet for the characters and their connections, But so basically we're going to start like slowly introducing the characters we're going to have, and basically I'm going to like make I'm going to make it like by 10 chapters, so like how so we're going to have like 11 pages. Sounds pretty nice. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, well, it's just writing. For streams it's usually boring, so of course feel free to tell me about stuff. I will gladly like hear out about your day. Maybe I'll try to also include some stuff I'm going to write about, and like how my day went. It's not really that. No, it's not really a lot, but yeah. So yeah. So it's going the title. I'm basically like I want to make this like those cards because I want to make like a base. There's a reason to that, believe it or not. The reason is they want to actually take those bases and reuse them over time. So yeah, try streaming today, think tired. I finally learned to do it a bit. Hey, let's go. That's actually so huge. To be fair, I would probably sink like a rock. Genres. So. And actually, did you like swan? Are you like going for like some classes, or did someone help you? I'm really talented at drawing too. For now, helped. It's good to do, helped wise. I'm actually like pulling up some stuff because like I've had talk with a couple people. That's why I'm doing that. And yeah, I'm looking at the character part and model sheets turnarounds, right? That's what's needed. So I can't just, straight up pick up like I can't just straight up pick up things. I have to like genuinely work out you know, I have to like genuinely pick up stuff this way. Yeah, basically just to work that out with the model, like characters will need the turnarounds, the model sheets. Okay. This one. So. But I'm thinking about like giving it like a specific title. Okay, there's the whole thing. All right. So, all right. By the way, I've tried to make comic books before. I've never released one. I've tried to, but I've never released one. And I've used to have some like already prepared like sheets and concepts. So I'm also like kind of reusing those to speed things up. So we need core concept, title, genre and tone. Okay, so genre, tone, one sentence premise. I don't need it, but yeah, that'll be this, give or take. But I'm going to make, a dash just to cross it out. And main hook, huh? Main hook. Read the story. So here's the thing. How do you want to rename it? Because I want to keep High School DxD as going to be the main title. I'm going to add subtitle to it. Right? So the main title, of course, is High School DxD. Subtitle is going to be the other thing, genres, shonen slash seinen. I still need to pick that, by the way. And slice of life, tone, dark. Mostly that's because like seinen, right? Because it's shonen is like action for kids, seinen is action for adults. Berserk is seinen. My Hero Academia is shonen. Two differences, right? But at the same time, we have Dragon Ball, which is shonen with dark tone. That's why, for example, Nappa is cutting off Ten Shinhan's arm, right? So I'm thinking about that because again, like there are going to be scenes where, for example, Issei is going to like sacrifice his arm, and basically we're going to see like his arm is like, just getting annihilated into dust, and like, it's just not going to be necessarily for kids, right? So that's why I'm thinking if I should like adjust the genre as seinen, or should I keep it as shonen? And like, if someone would ask why shonen and not seinen, just point out to Dragon Ball, right? Because that's obviously a thing. Like, of course, in Dragon Ball we've had like many limbs broken, cut off parts of the body, right? Basically, like a lot of stuff going on. But that's why I'm thinking about the shonen thing. And I think I'm going to go with the shonen. I'm worried that if I'm going to go into seinen, people will want to like go further into that thing, into the elements that I don't want to touch. For example, now the subtitle, the subtitle tone is going to be dark. Shit. How else I could name, like, I'm going to keep dark tone for now. That's it. But we'll see. Subtitle, I don't know, Ray in Dreams? High School DxD is already a mouthful, right? If I add like rewritten, okay, that's going to go straight forward with things. And basically we'll have the possibility to like just go with that. Do we want to just go with like full-on thing, like rewritten dreams, corridor? I don't really know. Like, do we? Like, do we? Man. Oh, that's interesting. Also, I need to like clean off my glasses. Like a lot, Oh yeah, that's that basically. Damn. Do we want to go for that Rewritten Dreams? I need to watch that someday. It's, Ren, to be fair, I don't really recommend it. It's very corny. And kind of cringe. The original story. Like, genuinely. It's, like, I gave it some grades, and they're standing somewhere, but I gave them most likely the grades because not because they were like good for those grades. It was because of the like story that it could have, right? That's the thing. But like, genuinely, I don't really recommend High School DxD. Pull up, aim to like pull out big guns because like my glasses don't clean. I see it. I'm really liking smoking behind the supermarket with you right now. It's I have to tell you, High School DxD is ecchi, which is halfway into hentai. And basically, imagine as softcore as you can get, but still very, very raunchy thing. And basically, the main character is like really obsessed with breasts. And that's High School DxD for you. So you have epic scene, a lot of potential. You're looking at the thing and like, hell yeah, that's so cool. Like, this whole scene seems to be so darn good. Not to watch on public, yes, exactly. Exactly. If you are really interested, like, go on. I'm not going to like hold you, right? We have free will. I just warned you, so like that's that. And I'm warning like other viewers that, like, what this anime is really. Although it got some it got some grades from me. It doesn't mean that it deserves them. Because in reality, High School DxD could have like about 3 out of 10 for me, but it ended up with like, 5, 6, something among like very generic anime. Um, Alright, I think that's good enough. At least I can see in HD, not full HD, but HD. But yeah, that's that. So I'm like, however I'm going to portray it. Which one's your favorite? Anime in general or season of High School DxD? Because it's split into seasons. Let me check. Finished. All of my finished anime have grades, by the way. And I have already finished 44 anime. Anime in general. Anime in general, by the anime that got 10s, Steins Gate, Link Click, Durara, all across the board. Although there were some worse seasons like Durara X2 Shu and Durara X2 10. X2 Shu got 8 out of 10 and X2 10 got 9 out of 10. But everything else is just 10 out of 10 for Durara. Also Ergo Proxy, 9 out of 10. Really good one. Dan Dadan. Yeah, those are like my favorites. Also Bleach, but Bleach is like 8 out of 10 anime. It's at the same shelf as Black Lagoon for me, you know. Mm, my Hero Academia was like, you know, at certain levels. So first season got 6 out of 10, second season got 4 out of 10, third season had 3 out of 10. Fourth season got 5 out of 10, fifth season got 5 out of 10, sixth season got 8 out of 10, and like sixth season onwards, the last 3 seasons were like probably the best from the entire anime. Like seriously. Like, okay, I get it. Like, I get why people would like it. Especially the first season, which is really darn cool. But it like goes down. And like you go it's like 6 out of 10 and like oh no, what's happening? Why third season has like 3 out of 10? What's going on? Because like third season was caught in such a bullshit way, like literally in such a bad like third season was just filled with nonsense. This entire season can be skipped. I've watched up to season 4, got a start. Yeah, like if you finish like 4th season, you're about to like start entering like last seasons, and that's when the anime gets better. So if you've already like, you know, pushed through the worst seasons, you can just keep going. Finish it. Chainsaw Man surprisingly got 8 out of 10 for me. I've ate it totally. Yeah. And High School DxD, I see some of them were better, but there's actually a reason to this. Especially High School DxD Hero. So why is it? So basically, High School DxD anime is way different than what the other stories are. Light novel is different, manga is different, anime is different. Why? Because in light novel you can write certain things and it's associated with certain things. Manga can be written into certain thing, but it can be associated in another thing, but all of that has still rules. And anime is different. And anime has its own rules too. And very few studios want to continue it. And I'm not joking. First 2 seasons, I reckon. Was it? So DxD Born, was DxD New? Yes, DxD New was also made by the same studio. And after the 3 seasons, they've dropped the anime fully. The studio said, like, listen, dude, like, there's a cap. Like, we are not going to work on that anymore. And it disappeared for really, really a long time. And then there was a Hero, which was taken up by another studio. And they said, like, yeah, listen, we see some stuff. I guess we could like do something. And Hero was good because the story of Hero was like pushed into different rails, and that's where they've like started pushing different narrative, more serious narrative, something that this anime would eat everything with. Like literally, seriousness would give this anime much more gratitude. But unfortunately, the author is like, you know, that doesn't see it, I guess. He's like, he literally right in front of his face, he has like, he already output this story several times. And like, in theory, he could literally take that entire story, change the title, and release it in a different way. and like everyone would be like, holy cow, like this anime is like probably one of the better ones this season. Like literally I don't see much of good anime lately, literally, and that's sad. That's genuinely sad. So yeah, that's why I want to rewrite it, right? That's why I want to rewrite it. That's why I'm rewriting it. Okay, so we have, so that's like the core concept, right? So we have that. Ray dash dreamed. Dreamed would work better. Yeah, let's do it like that. High School DxD Redreamed. That sounds better. Shonen slice of life. Yes, slice of life, because I want to make it just so we are going to actually see their like lives this way. Not just like focusing on the main story, but there's going to be the main plot, but there are going to be like stuff like plotting around it, you know? Once on this premise, we know the story. Main hook, it's rewritten story of high school DxD anime. And that's that. What's next? Story plan. So beginning, middle, and main conflict, major twists and reveals, issue, chapter breakdown if it is a series. Yes, I would do that, but I don't want to like push through as much, actually. So that's the story plan. That's the core concept. I'm later on going to make it like hyperlinks to stuff. So I'm going to make it like titles and subtitles and stuff. So beginning, middle, and end. Okay, beginning. It's very difficult for me to go through like beginning, middle, and end. Okay, so we have the beginning. I'm going to copy and paste it through things. It's also going to help me like plan out the stuff. So the beginning has the setup. It has. I'm going to like read it to you later on. The struggle and major conflicts. Okay. So beginning, we have the setup. Issei is attacked by a fallen angel and saved by Uriah's Grimoire, who turns him into her devil quote-unquote pawn. He joins the occult research club and learns to navigate the supernatural world of devils, angels, and fallen angels. The struggle, Issei slowly unlocks the power of his sacred gear, the boosted gear, which houses the spirit of the Red Dragon Emperor Drake. Major conflicts, he faces Rogue Fallen Angel, survives a deadly rating game against the arrogant Razor Phoenix, and saves Rias from an arranged marriage, and helps resolve a conflict involving stolen holy swords. Yeah. And like, if you hear that, it actually sounds like a cool shonen slice of life story. Like genuinely, that's why I like. It's such a waste of the story, the original. It's kind of hurting, you know. It's kind of hurting that they went with that, because like you don't have that much with this. And again, like I don't want to be arrogant and say, "Oh, hey, I've done it better than you." It's more like I want to experiment. I want to push myself into this whole. I want to push myself into this whole thing, right? Work stuff out, like gather up experience for making my own manga. I have the story. I will just need experience for it to make it happen. You know. Middle, expanding the lore, the three warring factions, Devil Angels and Fallen Angels, are forced to form a fragile peace treaty. However, a terrorist organization known as the Chaos Brigade threatens to destroy it. Now gotta flex on them. Yeah. Imagine I'm going to mock the original author. And like imagine the author like writing to me like, bro, like really? I could do that from the beginning. Like, to be fair, if the original author would want to, like, I'm not going to like stand like against it to either work with him or like pass on to him my docs. Like, I'm not going to like I'm not going to negate him like his right to the story. It's his story in the end, right? I'm just rewriting it. It doesn't mean that I own it. Issei's growth. Issei trains to balance his nature. Yeah, perverted nature. That's here's where the whole thing goes down. With his duty mastering new forms like the Balance Breaker, he takes on powerful foes, including members of the hero faction, against the respect of high-ranking devils. The Grimoire household clashes with rival devil houses like the Bal family and Bal Chow Chow, wielder of the true Longinus. And we have the end, which is something that we never seen in the whole thing, in the actual like volumes, basically, because believe it or not, the volumes actually go through. Like, the main problem is actually going to be like, wrapping around the whole thing. Just copy the text. Yeah. So we have that. And that. Of course, there's going to be much more to this. So the hero arc is saying his allies embark on a campaign against the Chaos Brigade radical branches. The series leans heavily into Issei's newfound status as a celebrated, albeit goofy, final showdown. The ultimate battle pits the Devil's Angels and Fallen Angels against the evil dragon Trixessa and the Apocalypse Dragon Great Red. Conclusion: Issei fully masters his power, officially becomes a high-class devil, and reconciles the conflicting factions. The original main series light novel formally concludes with Volume 25, though the story directly continues in the Shin High School DxD sequel novels, where basically Issei flexes on all the readers and actually marries and gets a kid. So he gets the happy ending. Yeah, but yeah, that's that basically. So the main conflict in High School DxD centers on the historical, deeply rooted war between the world's three primary supernatural powers: the angels, the fallen angels, and the devils. So that's the whole, like, that's the main conflict, right? And between there's like a three-way war, the Chaos Brigade, right? Like, there's a bunch of stuff, like, wrapping up with everything. So I'm going to also push that here. All right, I'm just going to like take everything I took, you know. So major twists and lore reveals. So the true meaning of DXD, the revelation, far from just being an edgy title, it is later revealed that DXD stands for an alliance called Devils, a Dragon, and a Downfallen. The twist is it is the name of an anti-terrorism task force created specifically to combat rogue threats and rogue factions within the three supernatural factions: angels, devils, and fallen angels. Like the more you are reading about it, it's like, is it really that anime like about that, or is it like someone just, you know, pushing it a bit too far with couples and things? Yeah, it is that. It is that. Like you can be sure of that. Um Hi Green, glad to have you here. How are you? Hope how's it going? Haven't seen you in a while. How have you been, buddy? How have you been? That's uh I just so basically right now I'm just making files for our high school DxD rewriting. I just want to, you know, bring things in, works basically, you know, like work things out with, you know, the whole thing we have here. So I hope you won't, we all, you know, actually don't mind me being like, you know, being like that. Okay. Basically, what we're going to do, I'm going to also like look into those and base like main twists of my story also to be that story. But I'm going to also like add some other like reveals and basically things, you know, just to keep things in space. Okay. Uh, okay. Twist. For now, I'm not going to. I'm also not going to like work out stuff compared to like, you know, oh, issue by issue like composition of the story. That sucks. That's I would like have to sit here for like 3 hours to probably go for that, but I mean it's like 25 volumes. Like each volume is also going to have like its own thing, so let's keep that in mind. Have that. Also, yeah. In general, I want to like finish off planning out the comic book, and recently I'm quite busy with a couple things, and I don't want to, you know, get myself into things like that, you know. Okay, six. There are six major events and things. All right, so I'm not going to read them yet, but again, like this series is not about like all spoilers, right? This series is about like, so I'm not going to sweat over it. Like in the end, I am making live manga, so I'm going to, of course, also write this story, and you're going to see the panels as they are being made. So like, you know, um, okay, I like that. So I'm going to get like story arcs. I'm going. I wrote that already. Surprisingly, issue chapter breakdowns. In the series, so like story arcs and whatnot. The Red Dragon Emperor's Awakening. Yes, this is literally how the thing is. Called. Um, that's volume 1 to 2. Start. Start. Before I wonder if there's like an email or a way to contact the original author. You know, I wonder if there is like a way to do that. Because to be fair, it would be easier if I would have like his or his manuscripts. And the question is like, would he even reflect for something like this? And I've got also the main volume breakdown. That's yeah. But I doubt it's literally that because it's like introduce major conflicts culminating in Ragnarok after school. It's like very, you know, short story collection. Work of a Devil. Yeah. I know which one is this one. So Work of a Devil is basically the short story how Issei was genuinely pushing the story itself like all the way around. Also, we have spin-offs and side stories. Shin High School DxD, which is the direct ongoing continuation. Is it still ongoing? Collection of short stories from Dragon Magazine, DX series, slash Dog, a separate story set in the same universe. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep it like that. All right. Characters. Characters are going to be changed. I'm going to work on them like beat by beat. Also, oh, okay, that's interesting. Because I think by the description that I wrote in the volumes 22 and 25, because I was also like gathering stories from the original story, the light novel, it would end literally with the anime. But I guess it's like about the Shin thing. So the characters, I'm going to skip it. World setting. Alright, the world setting. By the way, I'm going to like just copy and paste the things I wrote here. So we have main character, supporting cast, villain or opposing force, each character's goal, flaw, and visual identity. The last one we are going to do in Excel file, because we are going to also make the chart of character connections. And yes, it is important. Because throughout the story, we want to like make sure that the story is not going to be boring. And for example, it's not going to be like, oh, we are all friends, sparkles, from the beginning. That's why, for example, I'm going to change the thing. And Kiba, for example, is not going to be like friendly dude who's going to like just get all shady and stuff. He's going to be kind of like shady, but he's going to be also slick, and he's going to be very scumbaggy at the start, especially towards Issei, because like he's going to know that hey, that you know Rias is basically like his like supervisor. He leaves because of her. Akeno is her right hand, so he's not going to like get against her. But then we have like Koneko, and that's that basically. And Koneko is considering that she was already with them for a while. He's going to have like some kind of respect to her, but he's still going to like treat her kind of bad. But Issei and Asha, who are going to be the newcomers, he's going to be like total like bully, like total scumbag towards two of them. He like until we'll actually figure out what's going on, right? Because like it's going to be like deeply rooted in his psyche, because if his backstory is that he like he was like taking part in like a massive like a project, and bunch of like people died because of that, and those were his friends, and basically people that he considered family over the years, as all those like you know inhumane experience were going on, and basically like you know all of them went dead, and he was the last one. He was resurrected by Rias, and basically he's going to have like kind of like a grudge against her, because he was going to be like, oh, I've never asked you to resurrect me, and this kind of talking, right? So he's going to have like he's going to be like hurt, kind of like you know things going on in his mind, because like stuff in general, like Kiba is old. I recollect that after we like his real age is even counted in like 80 90 years, something like this. So basically like he's been on the earth for a while, right? Akeno was just born immortal, same for Rias. Koneko, I think, also was kind of like immortal because she comes from spirit realm. And Kiba is probably the only one that was like killed and resurrected like Issei was, and Asha. So like that's also going to be like connective point for them in the story. So you see like there's like a lot of stuff like that are going to change, and that's actually very important section of writing the story. If it's book, comic book, video game, whatever, if you are making characters, you want to create the like connection chart and make sure that the like connections change over time. Like for because again, like it's not like you're walking up to a guy and like, hey, like let's be friends. Like sure, like it's going to be easy if you're going to like talk with a guy at the bar and like get a beer ski and that's it, right? But it's not like the guy is going to be like the type of dude that's going to like pay for your drink, right? It's or lend you money. So like you have to earn the trust, and the same goes with this. It's like you're starting to deepen up like the connections of the characters, and it's very even more important if it's slice of life genre, which it is for us, and actually it is for the original story. So that's that. Modern day Japan, suburbs called Kuo Town. Okay, that's what I wrote. because where and when it happens. So modern time Japan, suburbs, cool town. Okay, that's the thing. Rules of the world. Okay. There are three factions and the treaty. That's number one for us. Basically, I'm going to like just write down this and have some stuff going on. That's why I wrote that this stream is going to be boring. So sorry for that. But hey, folks, like, you know. So Ren, you've done the thing, right? You've swum. Did anyone else had some cool stuff going on? Also, just in case the thing I'm doing is not going to be enough, I can also go just for the wiki, because there's a really detailed Wikipedia page for it. And believe me or not, that might be actually something I'm going to do. I'm going to change the thing slightly. But also, believe me or not, I'm saying that way too much today. Oh yeah. Reincarnation and evil pieces. Yes, that is also very important. Yay. It sounds really nice. Also I need to like finish up things. I have 5 pieces to color to shade basically. But for one I need to add for one I need to make some changes to stuff. Also, I have to say, like, I don't really like the concept for I don't really like the concept when actually we have only anime about fighting, magic, demonic power, and authority. Yeah, that's the number 4 for us. Demonic powers. Rather than power of friendship, how about power of this kind of yeah. But it's generally like that in high school gigs, at least the one I'm going to do. It's not going to be power of friendship. Like, sure, there's going to be like a lot of. It's going to like, you know, really like wrap around like building trust, friendship, and like working together with, you know, with others. But it's actually because the main thing, which I'm even making the rule about, called rating games, which is like, you know, like playing chess, by the way. Basically, they have to learn how to cooperate because they're like thrown into the middle of a battlefield and they can actually suffer really bad damage. And like, even though the rule is not to kill, the accidents can happen. And that's literally something that we are learning almost from the beginning. And this is actually things that are happening in the, like, well, happening. Things that's supposed to be happening in the story. So that's that. But like in general, it's like, oh, my guy has this I kind of like war type that actually has some kind of strategy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is cool, But like again, if we are like going to interfere with like the story itself, we have to like go for other things though, like because again, like in the original story, Issei like immediately falls in love with this random girl he never talked with, he never saw in his life, but he's in like mad in love, like holy shit, I'm going to marry this woman type of love. You know what I mean? And like it's literally how this works in real life, so I don't want this to go down like that. And that's why, for example, the first portion of the story, which happens in like I guess first half of the first episode, um yeah, it's just going to be split into several chapters because like there's going to be whole relationship building. Like actually they're going to like start noticing that this girl is waiting for him, right? We're going to see like their actual like interactions. We're going to see how like for example certain behaviors that are going to tell us like, okay, this she's kind of like weird type of character, you know what I mean? And basically that type of stuff. Okay, now the last thing, mood and visual atmosphere. Uh, yeah. So it has like a vibrant color palette. Okay, I'm going to key aspects of the visual atmosphere. I'm going to take that to the next page. Yeah, usually those have like a lot of pages, by the way. We are already on 8th page. And thank God I don't have to write that again. Like, I don't think I would be able to like suffer through High School DxD again. I'm trying to watch Blade and Soul right now. And like this anime is also very chaotic. Like things are happening out of nowhere. You don't have like direct like things. It's like, okay, so we are just going to focus the entire anime around like only cool scenes and that's it. So like in like one episode ends around, how to say this, one episode ends around like the main character like being in being in some kind of like a pub. Episode ends, we have next episode, the main character is in the middle of the desert being shot at by some hunter. Like, what did I miss? You know what I mean? What did I miss? I've gotta tell you, like, it's going to be difficult anime to watch through, and it's not going to have high one. Oh, it's not in the manga. Okay, I'm going to like skip those because it's now the comic book structure. As a 5th stage, we have scripts. Okay. That's also going to be something I'm going to push through. Visual direction, also something I'm going to leave behind. And production plan. Okay, so that's the general thing that I need for the stuff. Of course, I've wrote like exactly the thing that you'd see. Jesus Christ. Thanks, Felix, for subscribing. Hi. Welcome to the family. And since you are here for the first time, I assume, hope you find a comfy corner here. So yeah, that's basically the thing. We've got like whole stuff basically. But I've wrote it like directly with the stuff. So for example, like the key aspects of the visual atmosphere and shifting tones of the mood with like, you know, going with like harem ecchi genre and stuff, which is not it's not our direction. It's still in the description, so I have to probably like sit down and redo it for our sake. For the sake of our comic book, right? Because again, we are rewriting the whole thing into shonen slice of life with dark tone. That's that. Yeah. So we wrote that. Golly. Okay. You know what's going to be more difficult? Going like chapter by writing chapter by chapter connections. So I think I'm going to make those connections by volumes of the entire thing. And I'm going to split those volumes into several chapters, let's say like 12 chapters per volume or 6 chapters per volume. Depends how long I want to do it. That's also something I need to look after. But like in general concept, I have to make sure that whatever I'm going for is going to be like something I'm going to stick with until the end of the whole thing. So again, we're going to start first chapter, and we have like, you know, the whole thing, like the list of all the characters that are happening that are in the first chapter, basically, right? And like we're going to have Issei Rias, strangers, Issei Akeno, strangers, Issei Kiba, strangers, and so on and so on and so on. And like for every like page in the Excel, I'm going to make a list like this, going top to bottom, making like, but like with like notes what someone thinks about someone. So for example, I'm going to make sure that Rias is going to have her own thoughts about Issei, even though they are strangers in relation. But Issei is not going to know about them, but Issei is going to have his own thing to say about Rias, which she is not going to know about her, about basically. So that's the like general concept around this whole thing and the main purpose of it. Because like we are going to write stuff and we're going to be like, oh, okay, so we are writing this and like this is this chapter. What like what connection those characters supposed to have? And I'm looking at it and like, you know, I'm going to place like chapter 10 Issei Rias, and like let's say Issei, their connection, typical business or club membership, or like school club peers relationship, right? But like, you know, Rias is going to think that Issei, for example, Issei is a closed off person that probably would need to socialize. So her like her opinion on people is going to be like very tactical. He's very closed off on people. Probably will have to work on his relations with club members. He contains very huge power, which he's probably not even aware of fully, and basically he needs like whole like lesson of the entire thing. So like those are going to be like notes, but those are going to be like opinionated notes. Like read like kind of as if like how she would describe that person, right? So like for example, for Akeno, and Rias is going to what Rias is going to think about her. She is my right hand, very helpful, knows a lot, can do a lot, especially she specializes in magic. But sometimes she's very he's very prickly and knows how to stab me in the back, right? So like because of course they're going to like they're still going to be teenagers, right? and it's going to be slice of life. So they're going to be like, you know, like for example, argue from time to time, like, oh, this guy from the class is cute, so Akeno is going to like, oh yeah, he is, and like she's going to like start flirting with him, and Rias is going to get mad at her, and that's going to like mess up their connections between each other. There's like going to be a lot of like values and how much those relations are going to change. It's called dynamic character relations. It's very difficult to keep up with those and very difficult to make those. As a matter of fact, very few make them. They have like goal relation, like their goal relationship between characters, and they mostly people stay there. And the same thing goes for slice of life characters. Like even if you have an arc where the character is like dick to certain character and basically hurts their feelings and gets like really sad, the character gets really sad, depressed, closes off on people, and like totally like starts to ignore them. Like literally 2-3 episodes after, the like character says, okay, I'm sorry, and the person comes back to be itself. Here it's not going to be like that. Like they are going to remember those things. Like for example, Kiba is going to, I don't know, remember certain words, or is going to remember certain facts that, for example, Issei like saved him from certain things, right? Or like Issei is going to say thing like, I know you might not like me, but we are stuck in same situation together, and there's no reason for us to just act this way, so shut the hell up and start acting as you're supposed to. And that's going to like he actually has some, he's actually right, kind of right, and that's going to basically give him the thing, right? And it's going to be like, oh yeah, he has some moral spine when he needs to have one, and that's going to be his changed opinion on Issei on that specific time, basically. So he's going to like think differently, think about him in a different way, basically. That's the whole like way. So it is going to be a really darn lengthy process to pull it off. That's why I'm not going to do things fast. I'm going to write things methodically. I'm going to switch to writing certain things off stream. I'm going to work on art only on streams, because again, I don't want to spend streams like this one on writing, because it's boring. You don't see me working on anything. You just see Issei kind of redesigned, right? And that's that. That's why I want to like keep in the back of my head, like, okay, I need to like have things prepared. So I'm probably going to write things by volumes too. So I'm going to first finish off all chapters for first volume. I'm going to make all connections for first volume. I'm going to plan out the story and like basically like go from point A to point B in the story, and like how things are going to change, what we are going to go for, and yada, right? Of course, it might change. My volume 1 might actually be slightly different, but I think volume 1 is going to wrap up on Issei becoming the Rias's pawn, right? So that's the thing. Yeah, I guess that's going to be the whole shtick for it. That sounds fair. That sounds clever. Definitely. So, yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, the one sentence premise, yeah. So we've wrote that. We have everything like prepared. We have the story plan. I'm going to like take the story plan, get like everything like figured out. That's going to be it. And of course, like we're going to first of all, I'm going to make the stream where we are going to make like really good turnaround base. That's going to be the base that you all will be able to also get and get for free, download and just play with it, right? Like make your own things. Also, don't mind me adding characters into the story. I will need characters. Yeah, I will need characters that are going to present sustenance to the story. Push it, right? I'll need pushers and sacrificial lamps to make the thing go. So yeah. So I've got this really cool thing. By the way, I'm not sure if I've showed you. I did invested into the pipe, and I've got really cool really cool lighter for it. Yeah, but that's the pipe. Of course, it's fully black because it's the coolest color ever. Come on. But yeah, that's generally it. Just to change the topic real quick. But yeah, I guess. Okay, let's do it like this. Sure. I'm going to sustain the whole thing. I'm going to work out the whole thing. And what we're going to do is going to be, well, most likely we're going to, on the next stream from that. Like, also, again, I want to start making longer streams. But I won't be able to start making them at 7 p.m. Which means I'm going to stream early. I'm going to start streaming earlier. We're going to, and I want to do a couple things because of that. Like I want to finish Mega Man Battle Network. With that, we're really not that long. We're really not that far away. Basically, we're at the end of the game. We're going to go to the Chod. We're going to talk with him. We're going to travel through the net. We'll have to travel through that net, get the location or the approximate location of the island where the bad guys are, and we're going to go on the island, and that's going to be end of the game. We're going to have two last fights with all the bad guys, and that's it. That's really it for Mega Man Battle Network. And after that, Lego Batman. We're going to play the very first Lego Batman that was created, which means it might have some bugs. I am hoping it won't, but it might. My problem is going to be that the game is going to be old, and it might not have options for me to stream it in the usual way that I'm usually streaming. So I'm going to say sorry, but upfront. But most likely it's going to just be my inconvenience. You won't really see much of a difference. I don't know what after I go Batman. I've got okay, let me tell you how many games I've got. That basically I could do on stream. I've got the entire series of Torchlight, entire series of Yakuza, all Lego games that were ever released. Ever. Along with the newest Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight. And I'm not joking at this point. So all of the Lego games that were ever created, I've got most of Mega Man games in all directions. That includes Mega Man Battle Networks, both Legacy collections, so Volume 1 and Volume 1, Volume 2. I've got Rockman Legacy Collection 1 and 2. I've got Mega Man X Legacy Collection 1 and 2. I've got Mega Man Zero ZX Legacy Collection. The only Mega Man game that I don't possess yet is, as a matter of fact, Mega Man 11, which was called the worst Mega Man game that is released. Besides that, all of them. And I've got also all Batman Arkham games. I've got both Hollow Knights, but Hollow Knights actually have issues with bitrate for some reason whenever I'm streaming them, so we might not play them. Also, I've got the entire series of Assassin's Creed. Every single game that was released with DLCs. That one was taken further beyond. But yeah, so I do have a lot of story-driven games, which is going to be crazy to push through all of that. Just all the Assassin's Creeds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games from just Assassin's Creed with DLCs, which makes the games longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Yakuza games, 3 Torchlight games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 Lego games. And I want to finish them all. And that's all without Mega Man games. So Mega Man Battle Network Volume 1 has 3 games. Mega Man Volume 2 has also 3 games, but different sides of it, right? So let's count it like 6. So in general, Mega Man Battle Network is 6 games. Mega Man Collection 10 games. We've got already 16, 8 for Legacy Collection X. So we've got 16 plus 8, 24. And 0ZX, we've got 4 games for Mega Man 0 and 2 games for ZX, so it's 5, 6 to that, so 24 plus 6, 30 games in total. So we have 30 plus 21, 51 games, plus 8, it's 59 games, plus how many Mega Man games? Wait, whoa. The HK issue you can fix in settings. Oh, I see. I remember what I did, but you need to off something in the settings. I see. Wait, HK? What's HK issue? Hollow Knight? Oh, okay. Hollow Knight issue, I might need to Google it. Then what to do to fix it. So yeah, we have just by those, let's call 4 series, we've got almost 100 games to finish. Plus I still have other games that I want to play. Again, like Arkham games, Black Myth Wukong. I want to play Elden Ring. I want to play Devil May Cry. I've got also the entire series of Devil May Cry, like all of the games too. So, goddamn, I'm fucked. It low hits. It occurs to me right now. All Mega Man Battle Network in one sitting gonna take a month. Yes. Like in theory, if I would sit down and make like gaming streams for 8 hours, I would probably finish it in 2 weeks. But I would have to stream for 8 hours of Mega Man Battle Network every single day and use walkthroughs. I finished Elden Ring, but got a bit bored on DLC. I don't have DLC though. I don't have DLC. Also, I have all like miscellaneous games that I want to play: Hogwarts Legacy, Ghostwire Tokyo, Baldur's Gate. Right, like I've got like crap load of other games. Same for Life is Strange. Like I've got a lot of games that I want to still play, which I know also they are also going to be long. Skyrim. There is going to be a lot of things going on, but I want to like play them systematically. I want to generally make days where I'm just going to play games. I'll play Deltarune and Undertale. Ooh, yeah, Deltarune is free, I reckon. Wasn't it? Actually, wasn't it? Deltarune? No, Deltarune is paid, okay. I don't think so, is it? No, it was when it was. I guess it was when it was like getting released because it was released chapter by chapter. So each chapter could be free, I reckon. Yeah. I've gotta tell you, like, there's a bunch of other games that I want to play. Um, that Jedi, like Star Wars Jedi games too. I don't think Avatar game is going to be good for me. It's not my jam. Um, I really like simulators too. The should the Meister simulator is going to be released, I think next month. Is it? Yeah, next month on 13th. I need to save for it. Oh yeah, the Crimson Desert. That's also the game I want to buy. I kind of want to play the new Age of Mythology. Age of Mythology, you say? So, is it like Age of Mythology retold? Used to play at Carnival. Oh yeah, I was playing a lot of Age of Empires, and like really crap load of those. Yep, that one. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I've gotta tell you, I've been, yeah, I've been genuinely like pushing through some simulators, and I want to play some simulators. Some more of those, you know what I mean? But I don't know which simulators recently came out that were cool. I know the Meister simulator is going to be really cool. I've seen people playing Car Dealer Simulator, but it's not my thing. Um, I've seen people play Inzoi. Oh, the mold washer. Maybe mold washer would be a game. Yeah. Also, Hosey. It's so interesting in this game. I ended up reading every existing descriptions. Damn, man. Like, damn. But that's cool. I have to tell you, that's cool. Yo, Need for Speed Unbound. Who remembers that? Like, I've played the hell out of that game. I'm not even like joking. Like, I've played this game so darn much that it literally was like, you know. Also, how about the Papa games, huh? Freezeria, Pizzeria. Apparently, they've released on second last year, not last year, this year, last month. They've released a new game, Papa's Mocaria or Mocaria. Flipline is doing darn good. And to be fair, they started like re-releasing their games after this issue with the Java on the browser games went into. So yeah, I really want to still pick up things on summer sale. Like, man, I really want to. I don't want to have the situation where I'm going to have like, oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, I'm missing one game from Assassin's Creed, the new Black Flag Resynced, which is this remake. So who cares? Gothic 1. Also on 23rd, there's going to be the game called Dragon Sword Awakening getting released. Ooh, the God of Wars. Yo, like, what about God of Wars, huh? Damn, man. And the Horizon Zero Dawns. I have a bunch of stuff that I want to go for with this one. Oh, actually, so Dragon Sword is going to be like an MMO? Okay, count me in. We'll see. That'll be cool. Yeah. Yeah. I really want to go for that. I'm really hoping that I'm going to, like, that this summer sale is still going to sustain, you know, as long as I'm going to get, you know, until I'm going to get my paycheck. When the summer sale is ending? On 9th. GTA 6, every gaming channel gonna be about that. Wait, let me check. GTA 6. Can I actually buy it right now? Nope. Nope, I cannot. Can I like pre-order the code? GTA 6 pre-order. Ooh. I can buy it on a pre-sale. Oh, I can only get it for consoles. Okay, you know what? Have you played Silk Song? Yeah, slightly. Like, not fully, but yeah. Okay, I tell you what. I'm going to pre-order the Grand Theft Auto 5. Sorry, 6. I'm going to pre-order the GTA Grand Theft Auto 6. And I tell you why. I want to. I'm going to play it on PS5. I have PS5. I do. Like, I have the controller, but right there is the freaking console. I haven't played on it in a while. It's just there. I really want to play GTA 6, and I'm going to play GTA 6. But yeah, folks. So basically, hey, actually, like, you know, we're going to wrap up, and I've gotta say, this manga is going to go somewhere. Hopefully, it's going to go in a good direction. But personally, I'm going to wrap up here. Folks, Black Myth Wukong, I've played it. I've played Black Myth Wukong. I've almost finished the game itself, but I also wait to how to say this. I also wait to us like dissociated with work, so I've like totally lost track on Black Myth Wukong. My issue is that I have really bad attention to finishing games because I'm like guilt tripping myself into like, hey, I know you like this game and you're really close to finishing it, but you should be finishing something else. And like my mind is, God damn it, like really, is this where we are going? And like, I'm just guilt tripping myself that I'm supposed to be drawing, working out my own game, working out my book, doing whatever, but not playing games. And like, it's really getting on me, and that's literally the reason. Especially when I'm working, because when I've had a job, I was like working 8 hours, right, 7 to 16. Sorry, 7 to, yeah, no, sorry, 8 to 16, and basically like going to like work whole thing around, right, and like come back home, and then like I don't have much time for myself after work, right? Because like most of my day just disappears. I still have to like go to sleep and wake up for another day of work. So I wasn't really playing much games because of that. And well, now I've lost the job, so I want to like do more streams. First of all, like stream for longer at earlier hours, so other time zones would also work out better, and we'll see. I for sure I'm going to finish Mega Battle Network. I'm going to finish that Clip Studio Paint competition piece. I'm going to work. I'm just going to work other stuff out. I want to also release my game. I'm really not that far from it. I'll go sleep now. Good night. Bye bye. Bye bye. And folks, I'm also going to wrap up. And as always, stay creative, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care and